The theme of madness is very prevalent in the novel The White Sargasso which is written as a prequel to Jane Eyre by Jane Rhys. So, in this novel, Jane Rhys offers a study into the madness of Antoinette Rochester, who is also known as Bertha Rochester. And she believes that madness doesn't happen in a day. Many of the feminist writers were disturbed by Bertha Rochester's character in Jane Eyre. There is no explanation to her madness, and she is locked up in an attic by her husband, and she is only visited by a maid, Grace Poole. Jane Rhys herself has encounters with madness, and she as a person understands madness better than anyone else. She also had her own share of alcoholism and disturbed relationship with her husband. She was married twice. So with both her husbands, she had the problems of compatibility. So she could better understand the psyche of a woman who turns mad. When people met Jane Rhys, they would also see that she was also sober at most of the times, and she would dress well. It was only at certain times that anger would take over her, and then she couldn't control her emotions. There is a story associated with White Sargasso Sea that her second husband had typed a copy of White Sargasso Sea, and in her fit of anger, she had burned the copy of White Sargasso Sea which was typed by her husband. That is also similar to Antoinette burning herself in the end in White Sargasso Sea. So the frenzy, the madness, it doesn't happen in a day, and there are a series of events that lead to madness. And Jane Rhys offers a post-colonial and a feminist perspective to understanding of madness in White Sargasso Sea. So when we talk about insanity, there is a very thin line between sane and insane, between sanity and insanity. And it is the subconscious mind which turns insane, because consciously we don't want to turn insane. If we know that we are turning crazy, we are turning mad, we try to control it. So it's the subconscious mind, it is the deep desires, the secrets that we cannot bring out to the society that leads to madness. That is the reason of Lady Macbeth's madness, because she is hiding, she is concealing the death of King Duncan. That is too much for her subconscious mind to cater to, and that turns into her obsessive compulsive disorder to keep washing her hands, and in her madness, in her sleepwalk scene. So some people also have a method in madness, but even Hamlet, or if you see the character of Toba Tek Singh, all these characters in literature who are mad have a point of anxiety, a point of stress, a point in their lives where their lives have shattered. For Hamlet, it is the death of his father and his mother marrying his uncle. For Toba Tek Singh, it is the partition of India. So for the psyche of a person, it is too much to take, too much stress, and if there is depravity and deprivation all around, it becomes very difficult for a person to hold their sanity. There are personal reasons of madness. It could be loneliness, if a person is lonely and has his own complexes, because sometimes a person may be a megalomaniac, or a person might be having some inferiority or superiority complex. For Antoinette's character, it is mostly her lack of identity, because her name has been changed from Antoinette to Bertha. She has lived her life in poverty, in loneliness, with nobody to call her friend. Jane Eyre at least has Helena as her friend, though she dies, but for a brief period, Jane Eyre experiences friendship. But Antoinette, in all walks of her life, only sees poverty, squalor, death, and deprivation, and bullying by the children of her age. The setting of the novel is that when there is an emancipation of slaves and Africans in the Caribbean islands of Jamaica. So in this history, suddenly Antoinette's family has turned poor, so they don't have any money, and then they are not liked by the local people because they are referred to as white cockroaches. So there is a lot that is going in this young girl's mind who has no good dress to wear, and she is also having complexes because she is not a true pure blood white, but she is a Creole, she is a hybrid, and that also creates her complexes of identity. So there is an identity crisis for Antoinette from the very beginning, from her very early childhood. She is also taken to alcoholism, and there are a series of events in her life that leads to her turning mad. There is a series of bad things that happen in her family, including her brother's death, Pierre's death, and her mother's madness. Annette's madness has a lot of impact on this young girl because Annette in her madness is unable to recognize Antoinette, and she is only raving for her dead son. This also leads to a sense of loneliness in Antoinette's character, and the only person whom Antoinette now has with her is Aunt Cora, and Aunt Cora is one of those people who she didn't actually like. So she goes into depression and alcoholism, and anger and frustration develop in her life, and there is a lack of love in her relationship. Even her mother cannot show much love to her, nor her husband is much in love with her. So there's all, and she doesn't have any companion as a child because she is bullied by Tilly, she's bullied by Tia because Tia tells her that you are weak, and she's teased by her. Her clothes are stolen by Tia. So and she's also bullied by other children of her age because they say that you will be mad like your mother. So it is too much for her to handle with everything going against her, and she has that inability of expression. So though she gets rich, she is unable to hold on to her relationships, and she is inexpressive about her emotions to her husband. She cannot ever open up to her husband. Sometimes when we are hiding too much, when we are not opening up, when we are not talking about our problems, that also creates problems in the psyche. And Mr. Rochester was unable to give that kind of companionship, that kind of support, and that kind of he could just have been a support. He could just have heard to her inner deep secrets, her desires. So that kind of communication is never there between the husband and wife. So the family is also very important for a person's turning mad. And because Antoinette, we have already talked about that she was born in an unhappy household where 5 years they have lived in extreme poverty. So she cannot actually feel very happy. She would be happy in the morning. She tells Rochester, I was happy in the morning. But when there would be evening, she would always live in a constant fear. And there was also hostility from outside because the black people didn't like the white people. So she couldn't take so much hostility, and she always felt lonely, and there was always a constant fear in her. And there is also, we can talk about genetics of madness because there is a madness running in her family. Her mother also turns mad. So that might have some effect on her nerves. How much that is to be explained cannot be said, but there are also other events in her life that constantly turn her into a mad woman. Poverty is one of the reasons, her depression is one of the reasons, deaths in her family, violent deaths in her family is one of the reasons, because Pierre the black people put fire on her house, and Pierre's death is by that fire. So that violent death of Pierre, the madness in her family, all these things make her more prone to insanity. And she is always the neglected member of the family. She cannot relate to Mr. Mason, her stepfather, and though her stepfather wants her to kiss him goodnight, but he cannot express it either. So she doesn't even have a bonding with Mr. Mason. In the same way, in her marriage also, there is only lust from her husband. Mr. Rochester confesses that he never loved Bertha or Antoinette, but he always had lusted her. So that is also one of the reasons for her turning mad. And later on, Mr. Rochester and she doesn't even are in talking terms, and there is a lot of bitterness in their relationship, and there is a lot of lack of trust in their relationship, because there are so many gossips and rumors about her that she is not a woman of character, and she is indulging in infidelity, or she will also turn mad like her mother. And Mr. Rochester is much influenced by these thoughts, and Mr. Rochester also keeps a distance from her, and he is also engaging with other women, and he also has a brief relationship with Amelie, a black woman, and she was the maid who was working in their family. And somehow or the other, Antoinette detested this maid, because she was the one who would always ill-treat her. She would always mock her, and she would call her white cockroach. And one incident, Antoinette hits this maid Amelie, and Amelie hits her back. So the black people have no regard, no respect for her white superiority. So there is again a lack of control in her life. There is also a lack of identity in her life, because her name is taken away. She is called Bertha Rochester by her husband, Mr. Rochester. So her original name, Antoinette, is forgotten. At many times she tells her husband to call her Antoinette and not Bertha, but Mr. Rochester is not calling her Antoinette, because he believes that brings her closer to her mother's name, Annette, and that would also make her a mad woman. So this kind of lack of trust and lack of union in her family almost turns her into a raging mad woman. But still she has some control over her sanity. She wants to run away, but she doesn't know how she can do that, because she doesn't even have right to her own property, because the property rights in London at that time were that if a woman married a man, her property would belong to the man. So Mr. Rochester became rich by the marriage, but she lost all control over her own property. So again, she is a poor woman. She may appear rich, but actually she is poor, and she can see that her husband is going out with other women in front of her eyes, and she cannot do anything about it. So, and then again, society is also very much responsible for the madness of Antoinette Rochester. She has lived in poverty. Her young days have gone in. Again, we have talked about her being taunted and bullied by children of her age, and the hostility that she is facing, and all the white people that were facing at the time. She is being bullied, and there is lack of love, lack of support, and the society doesn't accept her. So she doesn't get acceptance from the society, and even Amelie mocks her. And Daniel, her brother, her stepbrother, writes to Mr. Rochester, creating a kind of distrust in her and Mr. Rochester's feelings. So she feels that lack of acceptance. She feels betrayed by Daniel, and she also feels betrayed by her own husband and by Amelie. And she also even tries to have black magic on Mr. Rochester to love her back, but that is also not possible. And then there are rumors and gossips about her that also turn her mad. And in the last scene, she goes back to London, and she's taken care of by Grace Poole. But there also she is again neglected, and she is forgotten, and only Grace Poole visits her, and she is locked into a room. Her being locked in a room takes away her belief of time and space. She has no understanding of time, because she has lost all temporal reality, because she is not meeting people, and she doesn't know for how long she has been locked in the room. So she has lost all sense of time and space in that one room that she is locked. So her being locked in the attic and forgotten in the attic in London is also one of the reasons for her turning mad. And it is also that her brother Richard cannot recognize her is also something that she cannot accept, and she believes that if she was wearing her red dress, her brother would have recognized her. And in the fit of anger, she attacks Richard with a knife, and she also burns the red dress. These are symbolic of her madness taking over her, and that leads to the final scene of Jane Eyre, where Bertha Rochester commits suicide and she burns the whole Rochester estate. That shows that madness is also about anger, about frustration, and about lack of love. And I believe that Antoinette Rochester could be reclaimed, and she wouldn't be a mad woman locked up in an attic if the society, if her family and her friends and her relatives had been more sympathetic towards her, had been more empathetic towards her. Thank you.